in color, the continuing story of Peyton Place. Starring Dorothy Malone as Constance Mackenzie, Ed Nelson as Michael Rossi, Ryan O'Neill as Rodney Harrington, Barbara Parkins as Betty Anderson, Tim O'Connor as Elliot Carson, Christopher Connolly as Norman Harrington, Patricia Morrow as Rita Harrington, James Douglas as Stephen Cord.
Rodney Harrington has come to the Elliot Carson home to confront a ghost. The ghost of his love for the Carsons' missing daughter, Allison Mackenzie. And the child that appears to be the product of that love.
Come in, Rod.
I have something to say to both.
It's already been said.
Not by me.
Look, she needs her nap. I'll be back in a minute.
Kelly looks healthy and happy.
Do me a favor, will you? No small talk.
We're beyond that, aren't we?
Yes, I think we are.
But there's one thing that keeps us together, Elliot. Tied together, that baby. Kelly, your granddaughter. My daughter.
Is that what you came here to say?
That's what I came here to say.
Well, then, as long as you've satisfied your conscience or your ego or whatever it was you came to satisfy, why don't you just...
It's my baby, Elliot. Not because you say she is, or Jill Smith, or a court of law. But because if she's Allison's, then she's mine. It's my responsibility, and I want to be some help.
There's nothing, Rod, really.
I know I can't provide a home or a family, but I can be part of her life. I can give her companionship. I can help out financially.
She doesn't need your companionship or your money. We'll raise Kelly. All we ask of you, beginning right now, is that you stay out of her life.
No deal.
You're not in any position to make a deal, my friend.
Just a minute. Kelly isn't a piece of merchandise to be divided up. She needs love, all we can give her. All she can get. From all of us.
See, that's compassion. That's understanding from my wife. But you're not going to drop in here every Saturday afternoon and play like a father, because that's too easy for you. It's also too destructive for Kelly. You'll start out by confusing her, and you'll wind up hurting her.
Please don't shut me out.
Kelly has us now. We're her parents. There's no room for you.
Well, then I'll make room.
Hey, Mike, the country club's the other way. Dr. Rossi, is it Rita?
No, Rita's fine.
You sure?
Well, she was when I saw her the last time, which happened to be about 43 minutes ago. I got some news from the home front.
What happened? Somebody steal 3rd Avenue? I'll see you later.
I got a call from Lisa.
Our sister learning to live alone and like it?
She asked about you.
Did you tell her I'm taking my vitamins every day and brushing my teeth every day?
Dom asked about you, too. He was so anxious to hear about you, as a matter of fact, he waited on the doorstep for Lisa to get home. So anxious that he didn't even bother to drop off his suitcase, having just been released from prison.
She didn't tell him where I was.
Oh, no. Remember, we decided it wasn't a good idea. You didn't want to see your friends anymore. You wanted to make a clean break, a fresh start.
That's right.
Well, he wouldn't go for it. And when she wouldn't tell him where you were, he roughed her up, so much so that she was hysterical on the phone, frantic.
She was born that way.
Who is he, and what does he want from you?
I owe him some money.
How much?
I don't remember.
So much that he would risk going back to prison on an assault charge?
Listen, I gotta get these boxes stacked.
Hey, that was a lot of garbage you were feeding me here about being suffocated around the house. You had to get out on your own so you wouldn't choke.
That was the truth.
You lied to me from the beginning. You lied to me about everything. About Jill Smith and the baby.
Listen, Mike.
You're gonna level with me now, you understand? 100%. You're gonna tell me everything. Who you're running from and why. And what it has to do with Jill Smith. Now, you think about it all day, and then when you come home tonight, you tell me everything. Or else you better find another place to hide.
Elliot's hitting back at you through me. You know, he's never forgiven you for all those years he spent behind bars.
What did you expect?
Well, he's a newspaper man. He's supposed to be intelligent. He's supposed to be able to use his head. Can't he see I'd have nothing to gain by lying about Allison?
He's a father thinking only of his daughter. I can understand that.
Yeah, well, I'm going to stick up for myself at that custody hearing.
Why?
Why? Because I have a right to my own child, that's why.
So you spied Elliot Carson. Punish him for what? Shouting at you? You decide to claim a child that you can't possibly care for and love and raise properly.
Why not? I'm going to get married.
Have you asked Betty about taking the child?
I should do what's right.
How can you ask Betty to take custody of Allison's child? What kind of a way is that to start a marriage?
An honest way.
A foolish way. You're afraid of Betty, aren't you?
Oh, yeah, Dad, I'm terrified.
You're afraid because you're not quite sure. You don't know whether she wants you for yourself or for that mattress full of money she's going to get when she says, I do.
Betty's been hurt too much by Stephen to do anything in a calculated way. All she wants is love, and I think with me she knows she has it.
Sure, I know. Look at you, Rod. Look at your face. You never could play poker. I can take one look at you and know exactly what you're thinking, and right now, you still have your doubts about Betty.
That's not true.
You're afraid she won't take you without the money, so you're going to give her a little test. You're going to say, how about taking this love child, my love child, along with me? If she accepts, you'll have your sweet proof. You'll know beyond a shadow of a doubt that she loves you. Really loves you.
So Betty wins either way, doesn't she? I mean, if I came with an army of children, she's still the old man's chief beneficiary.
She can have you without the child, can't she?
We're getting married, period.
So if she accepts the child, accepts the responsibility, the burden, that means she really does care for you, period.
Gee, Dad, I'm glad you pointed out that what I'm really doing is testing Betty.
Now, look, Rod. I want you to marry Betty. But you came in here ranting and raving about Elliot Carson instead of coming to the point.
Cut it out. I know what's on my mind. And I don't need anybody to analyze me.
Then why did you rush to the telephone when you left the Carson house? Why did you have to see me? Why did you insist that I postpone a meeting? What was so urgent?
Hi, Charlie. I'd like a cheeseburger and a glass of milk, please.
Sure, with or without?
Without.
Right. How about some company? You know, the first time I saw you in here, you asked me all the questions. This time I'd like to ask you a few.
Charlie, put it in a bag.
Right. You told me Allison never mentioned me. Why?
I thought we made a deal. No more third degrees.
I think you lied to me.
Excuse me, but this isn't my idea of company. Look, if you want to arm wrestle, I think you'll get more competition from one of the guys in back.
Why did you give the baby to the Carsons after I left you the other day?
I told you. I promised Alice.
Yeah, but there was no hurry in getting the baby there till I told you I was the father.
When did you find that out?
Well, I saw the birth certificate.
Your name's not on it.
How do you know? If Allison never mentioned me, then how do you know my name's not on the birth certificate?
Here's your lunch.
How much?
73 cents.
Thanks. Allison told you not to mention the baby, didn't she?
Why don't you just cool it and let Kelly stay where her mother wanted her?
Because I'm her father. She's my responsibility. But Allison didn't think I could make that kind of commitment. Is that it?
I don't know what Allison thought. I just know she wanted Kelly with the Carsons.
Whatever she thought, Jill, I still have a father's rights.
Yes?
Mr. Cord, Jill Smith would like to see you. She says it's urgent.
All right, send her in. Hello, Jill?
You showed Kelly's birth certificate to Rodney Harrington.
Sit down.
Why did you do that?
He wanted to see it.
It's none of his business.
Well, he thinks it is.
He thinks it proves he's the father. Now he wants to take Kelly away from the Carsons. Can he do that?
Legally? That birth certificate doesn't do anything to establish paternity, except in Rod's mind.
Then he can't go to court?
He could.
But you just said...
I said he doesn't have any legal evidence to support a claim that he's the baby's father. That doesn't make it illegal for him to try.
Mr. Cord, you've got to stop him.
I'm afraid it's out of my hands, Jill.
If it's so easy to show me out, why did you get involved in the first place?
Look, I have some important matters I'm working on today.
Nothing's more important than Kelly.
To you?
I thought I saw something in you when you looked at Kelly. Something that said you were worried about what could happen to a baby who was given away by her mother.
Maybe you did.
I don't now.
Kelly's where you wanted her?
Rodney's trying to take Kelly away from the Carsons.
Well, now, why is this so terrible? Do you have any idea what Rodney Harrington will be worth someday? Do you know what he can give her?
I know what he can't give her.
Look, I'm busy, Jill. I don't feel like sitting here defending his qualifications for Father of the Year.
And what do you want, Mr. Cord?
Now, please put that down.
This is the girl Rodney's going to marry, isn't it?
That's my wife. Now, please put it down.
You knew about Rodney and Allison, didn't you? You knew all along. That's why you were in such a hurry to get proof and to show it to Rodney. That's the only reason you talked to me, isn't it?
I didn't come to you. You came to me.
You used me. You saw a way to break up what Rod had going with your wife, and you used me. You knew that most women can't accept an illegitimate child, can they?
If Rodney doesn't have a wife, he won't stand a chance in an adoption proceeding.
So we both win, is that it?
That's it.
I don't like it. Not at all. And if Rodney has any plans like that, with or without your wife, I'm going to take Kelly away.
Would you like to hear the penalty for kidnapping?
Not from someone who practices law the way you do.
Taking Kelly away won't be as easy as it was for you to bring her here, Miss Smith.
Did I say it was easy for me to bring her here, Mr. Cord?